Milwaukee comes into this game, not a single player, starter or reserve player, is averaging in double figures. So it is all hands on deck each and every game.
Which isn't always a bad thing, Bob. You know, it can make it hard for a team to defend because everyone contributes. There isn't like a star person. However, it does require everyone to contribute, and so somebody having an off night can definitely negatively impact the outcome.
Maria mentioned that Kyle Recklitz and Milwaukee, they want to push the pace. They want to not let Green Bay get settled in and slow things down and set the tone early. Also of note for Milwaukee, they need to hit some threes. They need to have the outside arsenal falling for them as per usual, but they also need to work diligently inside, be efficient inside, because Green Bay is stingy there. If you can get some cheap baskets on the inside, then Milwaukee may be onto something.
And matchup-wise, you know, we're not seeing too much of a disadvantage. We're not seeing too many mismatches down low. So, yeah, it's going to be very important for Milwaukee to capitalize on the threes, capitalize on the transition game, and then get in, get those boards, and make some plays down in the paint.
Madison Wolf, Lizzie Odegaard to jump center, tip controlled and tracked down eventually by the Phoenix. They're moving right to left in the traveling green, and Megan Pringle handling the basketball. That's Hibner, that's Oski, and that's Wirtz. Frankie Wirtz comes in, leading scorer for the Phoenix at 15 points a game. On the block, the back down by Wolf. Twisting, turning, curling is no good, and Odegaard the board.
And right there is kind of that defense that they're going to have to really make sure that they capitalize on, because Green Bay, though they do have size in the paint, they also like to shoot it from the three too, so that help side defense is going to be key.
Odegaard, lob it in to Staver, who gets the layup. Good look by Lizzie.
A great high-low feed right there, and if they can keep getting those easy buckets early on, they're going to put themselves in a good position.
That's exactly what Kyle Recklitz was looking for, some inside attack to go along with the eventual three-point arsenal. Wirtz on the back down, kick it back outside, 10 to shoot. Wolf, and now Hibner for three. Off the mark, Odegaard, her second board already.
And right there, Green Bay, that's not a common outcome of a three-point shot for Green Bay, but UWM made them go in and out from the paint back to the perimeter, forcing them to take whatever they could get.
Bisping on the cut, Odegaard blocked by Wolf. Wolf leads his team with a dozen blocks, make it 13 now. Wirtz inside to Hibner. Back down, lost it, and then wipe it away. No basket. Hibner called for the charge.
And great defense right there. If you're noticing, Green Bay is doing this in and out game where they're isolating a player down in the paint, and it could be any player. It's not always a post player. That's been a classic move for Green Bay, even back when way back in the day,
when
I played for them, is getting even their guards down there to go one-on-one.
Wolf with another block, and here come the Phoenix. Ball swing to Wirtz. Frankie, up and under move. Nicely done to tie it at 2. Frankie Wirtz, her dad, Lucky, the head boys basketball coach at Kimberly. That's where Frankie attended high school, played for the Lady Papermakers. Schmelzer with it. Give it off to Sierra. Back pedal now by Bree with 5 to shoot. Backdoor look, Staver couldn't get the handle, and it's OB anyway.
Great look, but a lot of congestion down there, and those bounce passes, I mean, if that would have made it through, it would have been a hell of a play. But sometimes pushing those plays a little bit too early kind of can take a bit more time to get into the momentum offensively.
Tied at 2 first quarter. Ball swing by the Phoenix. Oski with it. Drive to the paint. Hibner for 3. Rimmed off. Sierra thought she had a board. It went right through the wickets. Wirtz. Tried the backdoor look, reeled in by Hibner. 6 to shoot, Wolf on the block. Good defense by Milwaukee. And yet all that, and Hibner beats the shot clock.
You know, you do all that work defensively, and then to give up a basket right as it's dwindling down.
Stolen away. Easy pick there by Oski. Haley lost the handle, but retrieved, and Green Bay will move it around. And a reach-in foul there on Staver. Milwaukee 8-14 overall, 5-6 in Horizon League play. They're trying to get back to 500 as the jockeying for the seeds begins in earnest here in February. Jamie Wright's in for Milwaukee, and here comes Mackenzie Wolf, twin sister of Madison. You get 2 Wolves for the price of 1 at Green Bay.
Oh, that was a good one, Bob.
Three-pointer, no good. And then a foul called going after the loose change. They'll call it against Sierra.
Again, these type of turnovers really, I mean, they seem so incremental, but at the, throughout the game they add up, where they got the board, they got the defensive possession, but then they gave it up because of a foul. And this is really where Green Bay is so good at taking care of the ball and not letting those kind of, granted petty fouls or possessions really catch up to them.
Wirtz got 2 tries at it, and then the second one, Frankie delivers the triple. And it's a 7-0 run by Green Bay here after Milwaukee got that opening bucket. Schmelzer hands it off to Sierra. Back to Michaela. Cross court to Jamie Wright. Odegaard working on Mackenzie Wolf now. Wright for 3. They'll need her to be efficient from outside the arc, off the bench. Misses her first try.
Well, and we talked about the importance of the threes for the Panthers and how much that's their bread and butter. When they can make those threes, they tend to be in a better position. And so far, we haven't seen them connect.
Wolf came up shy on the baby hook shot. Green Bay basketball. Here comes Sydney Levy, the Appleton North product for Milwaukee. She'll replace Sierra. Ten to shoot. Lindsey Robson's in there now for Green Bay. She's 25. Wolf on the cut to Wirtz. Overlay. And Wright clears and pushes for Milwaukee.
And getting those defensive boards are going to be key here for the Panthers. They cannot give the Phoenix any second opportunities, because we've seen what they do with that. They capitalize, they'll score.
Jamie Wright on the attack on the overlay. Empty trip back the other way. Pingle with it. Finds Oski. Wolf backing down on Odegaard. Not giving up any room, but there's that second chance you talked about, and Robson delivers.
Yep, and so you do all that defense, you get a stop, and then an easy bucket.
9-0 run by Green Bay. They lead by 7. Schmelzer leads this team in assists. To Staver. Nothing there. Odegaard for 3. Yes. Lizzie Odegaard, we've seen her work on the defensive side, and she'll do that on the offensive end as well, but she can knock down the outside shot on top of it.
Well, and hopefully we get a couple more of those underfoot, and more of the players are going to get their confidence with the three-point, and we'll see a little bit more offense coming from the Panthers.
Oski on the miss. Milwaukee pushes. 3-ball doesn't go for Levy. Staver's got it on the drive baseline. Sydney Staver. Milwaukee taking advantage of another shot, and they close the gap to 2. Little 5-0 run now by Milwaukee. Wolf, lob it in, Oski, reverse doesn't go. Nice play, empty trip. And here's Jamie Wright to Schmelzer. Michaela the triple, and Milwaukee in front. 8-0 run by the Panthers.
And here we see just them getting their bread and butter with a few threes. They are back in this game and take the lead.
Wolf to Pingle. Robson. Wirtz with it, 5 to shoot. Frankie twisting, turning, and rebound again by Odegaard. Lizzie working hard on the defensive end.
Well, you know, and I maybe I misspoke talking about there isn't much of a mismatch. You know, size-wise down the post, she definitely loses a bit of arm length in comparison to the Wolf sisters. So I think it's really key. She has to work hard.
On the offensive end as well, Lizzie pumps in her second three, and the run now for Milwaukee is 11-0. It's been the story of the first quarter. Green Bay run, Milwaukee answers. Oski up and under. And that ends the Milwaukee run as Haley Oski, she had 17 against Milwaukee in their first meeting in Green Bay back on January 4th.
Well, in Milwaukee, you know, it's really key with Milwaukee for them to continue this momentum and not let, you know, Green Bay stop whatever they've been doing right these last few possessions. And Green Bay's really good at kind of nipping things in the bud. So for them to continue this into the next quarter is going to be really, really important.
Time out on the floor. Good action here. End-to-end action. Milwaukee leading by 2.
This makes it really hard.
The Horizon League Men's and Women's Basketball Championships at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Semifinal action takes place Monday, March 9th, and Horizon League champions are crowned Tuesday, March 10th. Visit horizonleague.com to score your tickets today.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit.
Milwaukee Panthers lead the Phoenix at the moment, 13-11, late stages of the first quarter. Shout out Maria to Lizzie Odegaard. In the first quarter alone, she's 2 of 3 from three-point land. She's got 3 rebounds as well. So Lizzie on both ends of the floor, working hard.
Well, and as we mentioned before, every player really needs to show up in their best, you know, and for Lizzie Odegaard, she worked her tail off this first quarter, keeping the Wolf sisters off of the boards as much as she can, but then also contributing offensively too.
Lizzie getting a breather, but Sydney Levy comes in and buries the 3, so Milwaukee's up 5, under a minute to go in the first. Wirtz inside now to Carly Murphy. Wolf still out there, McKenzie, that is, after she spelled her sister Madison. And a foul will send Carly Murphy to the line.
And right there was really great defense prior to the foul. You know, they're trying to, when one of the Wolf sisters have it, they're trying to sink that defense back inside to help cover that inside out while they're trying to isolate that paint game. And so right there they did drop down, but you know, you really have to make sure that you keep your arms straight so that you don't pick up that foul after doing such a good job defensively.
Carly Murphy, redshirt sophomore, lost all of last season with a knee injury from River Falls, Wisconsin. In there now, Alyssa Moore. She's 0 for Milwaukee. Another 3 ball, and it goes for Levy again. The Appleton North product providing back-to-back triples.
And we know Sydney Levy loves the 3, and if you give that girl a look, she's gonna light it up. And right there, that offensive play is perfect for her to come off of that pick and have a little inside-out game with her.
Final seconds of the first. Murphy, scoop, no. At the buzzer, it doesn't go, and the Panthers survive the early storm by the Phoenix and lead by 6 after 1. Milwaukee 19, Green Bay 13. Quarter number 2 coming your way. Stick around. Plays catch with Levy, who had a couple of threes in that quarter. Deep lob, converge, and Brandy Bisping got eaten up.
Well, and in that case, she had a wide open teammate on baseline all set up for that 3. And that's really where having some sense of awareness of how many people you've attracted down in the paint, because you know you've got some looks outside.
Staver and Odegaard return for Milwaukee. Yeah, the looks were clean for Milwaukee. They took advantage, hitting 5 threes in that first quarter. Frankie Wirtz, though, can't keep her down for very long. She knocks down a 3.
Well,
she shoots 35% from outside the arc.
I was just going to say, you know that she's going to pick up hers this game, and so it's not a matter of, you know, if, it's when.
8 points now for Wirtz. Moore battling off the miss, and out of the pile, Green Bay gets it, but a travel called on Hibner. So Milwaukee catches a break, keeps the basketball. Here's Robson returning, spelling Hibner. Up top, Staver, 3 ball. This time brackets off hard.
You know, Sydney Staver is one of my favorite players on this Panther squad because she does it everywhere on the court, you know. I'll get back to that point.
Yeah, because Frankie Wirtz does everything as well, including this play. Catch, shoot, 3, foul, chance to make it 4. So the foul goes against Moore, who got tangled up on the Wirtz triple. Frankie, the all-time leading scorer in Kimberly girls basketball history. So completes the 4-point play, and just like that, Milwaukee's lead is poof.
Yeah, it seems like they did so much work, and Green Bay didn't really have to do too much to catch right back
Now,
up.
7-0 run on the triple by Wirtz, and then the 4-point play by Wirtz. Foul underneath. Whistled during the ball swing. They'll call it against Carly Murphy. And so Jamie Wright to inbound. Sierra to Wright. Ten to shoot in the post. Odegaard got the position, didn't get the hoop, but gets the rebound. Jamie Wright for 3. No, in and out.
Just right out.
Was halfway down, it popped out, and then Sierra called for the foul going after the loose change, her second. Bree's sister, who's set to join Milwaukee, still playing at McGuanago, went over 1,000 points in her career this week. So the Phoenix, who had the early run, Milwaukee had the run, and now Green Bay working on another run here in the second quarter. That hoop doesn't go for Murphy.
And really running this isolation play for Green Bay. And so far, UWM has done a pretty decent job of making stops. as long as they get and collect that off or defensive rebound.
Boy, and you're right. It doesn't matter who Green Bay posts up. They're mixing and matching. Whoever can find an opening, they will isolate, let him go to work. Sierra gets tied up by Frankie Wirtz, and Green Bay gets that basketball. The Phoenix 12-11 overall, 7-4. That's the one that jumps off the page. 4 losses in the Horizon League. That's usually not the way things appear.
Absolutely. I mean, Green Bay typically starts the season out undefeated, maybe has 1 or 2, you know, at the end of the first round, you know, just because keeping up that level of play can be tiring. But then they usually finish up pretty strong as well. So, yeah, it's not common for them to have that kind of record coming into this game.
Odegaard fouled. It'll get called against Oski. Kevin Borseth, though, his team early in the season, a lot of injuries, a lot of people were in and out of the lineups, mixing and matching, so they're as healthy as they've ever been this time of year. They did lose at Northern Kentucky, but before that had their longest win streak of the year at 4 straight. And for Milwaukee, Maria, here's an interesting tidbit that I'll share. After Staver will go to the line, Milwaukee hasn't won 2 in a row this year at all.
Yeah, that's not a good statistic.
They have a chance
Yes.
with a win today because they won on the road at Wright State. So this would be another opportunity, but they have hopscotch between wins and losses all season long.
Well, something we haven't touched on yet, Bob, is, you know, they did graduate quite a bit of talent in the last 2 years, you know, where they're still a young team. I mean, you look at, you have Lizzie Odegaard starting, but other than that, you have a bunch of juniors. So for them to be able to find their rhythm, find, you know, what works for them day in and day out. Granted, you would think in February that would kind of be well known, but it's not when you have new people stepping up into new roles.
Milwaukee back in front on the Staver free throws. Wolf, Madison, traveled.
Great defense from the Panthers. That help side defense sinking in is really working well for them. And yes, the Phoenix, you know, are still doing well with the game, but they're taking that look away consistently for them. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond and if they come back with something different.
Alyssa Fisher now in for Milwaukee. She's 21, has the basketball, top of the key. Oski on her, handed off to Staver. To Odegaard. Lizzie got cut off, and then Sierra will draw the foul on Hibner.
Green Bay is one of those teams that you are never safe with the ball when they are defending you because they're so good at swiping and knocking the ball out of your hands. So really taking care of it and making sure that you don't turn it over is something that the Panthers have kind of historically struggled with against the Phoenix.
Green Bay comes in +2 on the turnovers, which means they take care of it and they go and rip it away from you. Odegaard, 3 ball, not this time, and rebound cleared by Oski. Kevin Borseth wanted a foul. We play on. Inside to Wolf, and it rolls off for Madison on the lob from her sister Mackenzie. So you get both Wolves in there now, the Twin Towers, if you will.
You got to think of all of the puns that they've heard throughout their years of playing.
I won't go there. Meanwhile, Michaela Schmelzer, who only scores just over 3 a game, sees an opening and takes advantage with a triple.
You know, one thing I have to say about this Panther team against the Phoenix, probably in the last couple years more so than ever, is that you see less of players playing specific positions and kind of all 5 of the Panthers assuming all of the same roles. Because of their height, because of the way Coach Recklitz has coached them, she wants them to be able to do everything.
Fisher stops and pops, comes up way short. Transition. Wolf up top. On the wing, 3 ball for Robson, and it goes. Lindsey Robson connects. Green Bay back in front.
And so it'll be interesting to see if we just keep seeing this exchange of 3-pointers on both ends of the court.
Breaks a 3-minute-plus drought for Green Bay. Milwaukee is 50% from outside the arc. They go inside this time, and Sierra delivers. Kyle Recklitz, offensively, everyone gets looks, everyone gets touches. Everyone gets a lot of minutes as well. They're not leaning on just 1 or 2 bodies to do any of the heavy lifting this year. Overlay by Oski. Here comes Schmelzer the other way.
Well, Bob, with the type of ball that they play in the fast-paced transition game, they need a lot of bodies. So they need to have everyone capable of showing up whenever they need them because they're exhausted.
Keep the legs fresh. Staver lost it in the lane. Here come the Phoenix. Great ball swing. Robson thought about it into Wolf. She goes up and scores. Banks it off the window hard. Madison Wolf puts Green Bay back in front. We go back and forth in this seesaw affair. Schmelzer. Kick it for the 3. In and out for Sierra. Had an open look. Hoop wouldn't have it. Wolf on the lob. Foul first underneath. It'll go against Staver, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Just over 3 to play here before halftime in Milwaukee. It's Green Bay 27, Milwaukee 26. It's here at the Klotchie Center, Milwaukee. Green Bay leading by 1, late stages of the second quarter. Maria Weil, Milwaukee hanging in there because of the 3-point ball today. 6 of 13 from outside the arc.
I mean, they're shooting well, they look good, and their confidence behind the arc is shining.
And they're not living and dying by the 3. Trying to work it inside, but if it's not there, then they're cognizant to try to kick it back outside, and there's been some open looks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Green Bay is just as good at shooting the 3. However, UWM just seems to really has been taking advantage of every open look.
Green Bay 4 of 7 so far from 3-point land. They've got the basketball, under 3 to go before halftime. Five to shoot. Pingle to Wolf inside. And again, Milwaukee, they D up. But then, with the shot clock draining, Green Bay finds a way to get it done.
And, you know, with the Wolf sisters in there together, I think when I said I'm curious how they're going to answer, I think this was Coach Borseth's answers. Let's put them both in there together, which is going to make it harder for somebody to leave one to help defend the other.
The girls grew up playing basketball together, the twins. Youth basketball, and then in high school as well. So they're very comfortable in this role, being on the court at the same time. Ball will stay with Green Bay, 9 on the shot clock. Madison and McKenzie. Dad, of course, is Jeff Wolf, who played basketball at North Carolina and sometime in the NBA. Uncle Joe Wolf. They both were stars at Kohler back in the day. Overlay there by Oski. Here's Jamie Wright. To Schmelzer.
I'm not a twin, but I have a lot of siblings, so you have to think it's great that they both excelled at basketball, you know, so that they could play together. It's something that the parents could, you know, do with both of their daughters.
Foul on Robson on the interior pass, and she'll have a seat, get an earful from Kevin Borseth.
He can give an earful. I mean, that's what I'm noticing from the sideline.
One of the best coaches in women's college basketball.
Hey, he's a great coach.
33rd year overall, Maria. His 17th. It's his second stint, remember, with
Yep.
Green Bay. He spent 5 years. He left Green Bay, went to Michigan for 5, then came back. So 17 overall, 413 victories, and he just got his 500th Division I college women's basketball victories. 725 wins overall.
That's quite a career.
And his team's always fundamentally sound, always well
yes,
prepared.
Absolutely.
Wolf inside, back to Wolf outside. Ball swing continues. Pingle, way off the mark. Reload, goes right into the hands of Carly Murphy.
I mean, you just talked about them being fundamentally sound. I mean, that is like a classic. They work the clock down. They work to get that extra shot. And then it doesn't go for them. Well, they're perfectly positioned for the offensive board to lay it back up for a 2.
Foul there on the screen set by Emma Whitmerhouse. She just checked in, the youngster from Bangor, Wisconsin. Kyle Reichlitz trying to get some of that height in there for Milwaukee, but called for the foul, so Odegaard back in, under a minute to go. Wolf inside, Oski retrieves it. Robson. The inside-outside game, and then the curl, and it goes for Murphy. Carly Murphy eating up Milwaukee on the inside. And Green Bay extends its lead to +5. Smeltzer. Odegaard, side of the rim, no, and Green Bay can now hold for 1. Kevin Borseth will back him off. Call out a play. Pingle. In the corner, open triple, no. And that will do it. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, women's college basketball Horizon League action, and it's the half. Green Bay leads Milwaukee at the half, 33-28. Bob Braden and Maria Vile with you, our crew here at the Kalachi Center. First half numbers, Maria, sort of tells the story, but what you don't see in there is that this was a first half of runs. Green Bay started with a run to get out to the early lead. Milwaukee had a run to get the lead, and then late stages of this quarter, Green Bay put together another run to take the 5-point lead back.
Absolutely. So it's just been a back and forth all game, and it will be interesting to see going into the second half who shows up for both teams. I mean, we know Green Bay is kind of a ruthless opponent, and they always seem to come back and dig their way out. And UWM thus far has really held their own. So we'll see what changes each of the teams make and who shows up on the court.
Frankie Wirtz, one of the leading scorers in the Horizon League, leading the Green Bay Phoenix this year at 15 points a game. She did plenty of damage, leads everyone in the gym with a dozen. And typical Milwaukee scoring, the way it's gone all year long. We told you nobody is averaging in double figures. Well, here you go. Odegaard with 6, Staver with 6, Schmelzer with 6, Sydney Levy with 6. So the balance is there for Milwaukee. They just need to, I guess if you're going to nitpick here, take better care of the basketball, because the turnovers are 6-3, quote unquote, in favor of Milwaukee.
Right, and so the turnovers, and also I would add in there, Bob, the offensive putbacks that Green Bay has been able to pick up along the way has just let them, when it's this close of a game, those little second shots and second opportunities make a world of a difference, because we know there's a little bit of a size difference down low, and so getting the Wolf sisters out of the paint, getting them off the boards.
Second chance points, in fact, Green Bay 9-2 in favor of the Phoenix. So when they've got those second, third opportunities, they are cashing in for points and points off at turnovers. We talked about how Milwaukee needs to take better care of the basketball, because Green Bay has 9 points off the turnovers. Milwaukee, zip, when they've been able to turn over the Phoenix. So all keys, all little things in there that Milwaukee can be better at, but by and large, they're in this basketball game. They have a chance with a run of their own here in the second half, get right back in it.
Absolutely. And so just a few tweaks. You know, other than that, they've really done a great job defensively against the Phoenix. They've done a great job offensively of looking and hitting those open threes. And so now it's just a matter of momentum. It's taking away what they learned from the first half, knowing that Green Bay's probably going to come with some unknowns, but knowing how to adjust and still be able to execute in the way they know how.
Milwaukee played the Phoenix in Green Bay back on January 4th. They fell 61-47 in that game. They turned it over 18 times. Green Bay just 9. So again, case in point, twice as many turnovers were costly. But in the paint in that game back in early January, Green Bay outscored Milwaukee 22-2. So look for more of that by the Phoenix in the second half. Look for them to, we've already seen the isolations, trying to post people up on isolation, trying to get easy buckets underneath.
Absolutely. And so taking away that vision from outside, not letting it be an easy pass inside. So taking away that look is going to be a huge part of taking away that inside game.
The all-time series between Milwaukee and Green Bay tilted heavily in favor of the Phoenix. They've won 72 times. Milwaukee's only won 19. And most of the times, most of the 19 victories over the decades, it's been here at home. So we all know how tough Green Bay is at home. Almost impossible to win there. But if Milwaukee has been able to get the Phoenix and steal a win, it's been here at home. So trying to take advantage on Alumni Day that my partner was out there to wave to the crowd.
Yep,
yeah.
Doing my pageant wave.
You done well. All right, Milwaukee with the basketball in the home gold, trailing by 5. Staver on the curl to Sira. Cut Schmelzer. Staver drives and scores. Well, that will help open up the three ball again by getting that first bucket on the inside.
And to finish that thought I had in the first half on Staver, she's one of my favorite players because she's just discreet and she gets it done, and she's got really great moves inside, but is so fluid from the outside as well.
Staver now with 8. Wolf, they got her positioned where they wanted her, but she rolls it off. Schmelzer, who doubles here at Milwaukee, plays soccer at a high level as well. Michaela goes to work, stuck, finds Odegaard, popped the shot and hit it. So Lizzie working free throw line wing, makes it a 1-point game. Odegaard now with 8.
So it'll be interesting to see how many Panther players end up in double digits, considering right now there's so many of them stacked up.
Oski on the other end, squeezed it in for a bucket off the window. Bisping on the feed to a cutting Sierra for 2.
Great look.
Stays a 1-point game. Oski finds Wirtz, backing down on Sierra. Wolf to Hibner for 3. No, hard off the bracket and cleared by Staver. Sydney out of Mineral Point, Wisconsin. Odegaard, reach-in foul on Wolf.
Yeah, and that's great. That's, you know, the fouls in this second half might be something, if you're able to kind of continue to pick up fouls along the way, you might see towards the end of the game that benefiting you on the line, you know? So especially against somebody like one of the Wolf sisters where they have such a presence right now for the Phoenix inside.
Madison has a seat after the foul. Murphy's in. And Milwaukee called for the charge. Check that, not a charge, threw it away. So on the turnover, Green Bay with it, nursing a 1-point lead. Oski, jump step, and gets the bucket. Jump step and one.
Yeah, I'd say maybe and two.
It's not even a Euro step, is it?
I know.
Schmelzer goes to work, finds Odegaard for three. No, not this time. Michaela tracks it down for a reset. Kyle Recklitz calling out the play. 5 to shoot. Staver. Schmelzer, step back three, no, had to hurry. Lizzie hits the deck, and last touch by the Phoenix, so Milwaukee will keep it.
And right there, it's just hustle points for the Panthers. I mean, working their tail off to get a shot, getting the offensive boards, and just not quitting.
20 on the shot clock now. And a foul called on Carly Murphy. That's her second. And right on cue. Back in, well, not back in, but Mackenzie Wolf. So they started with Madison, then it was Murphy, now it's Mackenzie in there to patrol the post. Fresh 20 again for Milwaukee. Dribble drive, Sierra. Jam it in and tie up called. Jump ball will give it back to the Phoenix. Not much Bisping could do, Maria.
No.
She was just caught in the paint.
And, you know, in that situation, it's almost kick it out right away. They collapsed so strongly on her that it would have been a miracle if she would have gotten through them to the basket.
Wolf on the block. Odegaard gives up nothing. Wirtz. Stutter step three, and she drains it. Frankie works so good. Senior, leading scorer. Puts Green Bay in front by 6.
You know, as a senior playing on Milwaukee home court, there's going to be a lot of emotion.
Odegaard, nice little give and go that time, and she rolled it over the rim for 2.
And Milwaukee's not laying over. I mean, they are fighting back, and you know, they have to work. They seem like they're working a little bit harder defensively, and Green Bay is definitely exposing some of their weaknesses.
Wirtz again, knocks it down again. And Frankie, little fist pump. She is leading the charge. She's got 18. Backdoor cut, overlay by Staver.
And great cut.
Wirtz to Oski to Wolf. Deliberate ball movement. Wirtz, look at that. And Wolf missed it.
Yeah, that was a great pick and roll.
The execution was perfect, just not the finish. Last touch by Green Bay. Phoenix will send Robson in. Milwaukee, couple subs coming in as well with Wright and Levy, and we'll take a timeout along with them. 4:44 left to go in the third. It's Green Bay +7. Back here in Milwaukee, Green Bay leading 43-36 here in the third quarter of this Horizon League matchup. Next up for Green Bay, they don't play basketball until next Friday, Valentine's Day, back home to face Detroit Mercy. And Milwaukee, Valentine's Day matchup as well. They'll have Oakland here at the Klotchie Center. Regular season winding down for both these clubs. Green Bay comes in tied for second, all congested for that second place spot. Milwaukee 6th with a record of 5-6. Rimmed off, fresh shot clock, fresh 20. Backdoor to Wright. Jamie on the cut, delivers.
And great look, distracting the defense with all of their shooters on the right side, and that backdoor sneak was just great.
Green Bay by 5. Hibner, nothing on the inside. Back to Pingle, back to Hibner. 3-ball launch by Caitlin. It's not there. Jamie Wright with her 8th rebound. Coming off the bench and getting the glass cleaned. There's Levy. Odegaard, Wright, open 3, long range, and got it!
She got that.
The rim's friendly here at the K.
Well, on that shot it was.
Jamie Wright now with 5, Milwaukee back within 2. Wolf cross court to Pingle, dump it off to Hibner. And the ball swing continues for Green Bay. Pingle on the drive, stuck. And drive and score, rolling it off the rim. Robson, who's been big off the bench for the Phoenix.
And, you know, both teams are sticking with it here. And, you know, I have to say, it's not every game, and we've called a lot of games here at the Klatsche Center.
Michaela Schmelzer for 3.
Where it's been a game from start to finish. You know, lots of times we'll see waves, but like really these two clubs are matching up and holding their own, and it's a great game.
Milwaukee trying to get the lead. Last time they had it, 3:40 of the second quarter. A bucket of any kind would do just that. Ooh, body's hitting the floor. And they'll call the foul on Green Bay. They call it on Mackenzie Wolf. As Oski returns, Brandy Bisping got tangled up and was having nothing of it. Schmelzer. Big bodies there to cut her off. Five to shoot. Michaela around the screen. And they didn't get it off. No basket.
Bad.
Yep. Michaela had an idea what she wanted to do, but just took too long to do it. So shot clock violation. Green Bay keeps the lead. Wirtz leads everyone in the gym with 18. To Oski. Dribble drive and kick. Hibner in the paint, twisting, turning, not scoring.
And look at all those yellow jerseys in the paint, making sure they're getting those defensive rebounds.
Another chance for Milwaukee to take the lead. It's been over a quarter since they've had it. That late run before halftime for Green Bay, they've kept it the lead ever since. Now, as Jamie Wright banks it off the window, Milwaukee back in front by 1.
And Bob, just like you had said, all of a sudden now we have another player stepping up. Jamie Wright, who since before now really we haven't probably said her name other than a few substitutions, and now she's stepping up here for the Panthers.
Yeah, a couple big buckets here in the third quarter by Wright. Under a minute to go in the quarter. 5 to shoot. Wirtz attacks and misses. Rebound cleared by Milwaukee and Levy. Cross court to Wright. Hot hand. No. Didn't have it from outside. Good idea to work it inside on the baseline. 6-second difference, shot clock and game clock here for Green Bay, who will try to regain the lead before we go to the fourth.
Green Bay slowing it down like they always do and really trying to get that last shot to take the lead going into the fourth quarter.
Hibner. Did she get it off? Well, she did, but it hit the glass. So shot clock violation Milwaukee gets the basketball here with 5.2 left. Pingle back in for Green Bay. Barring a turnover, the Panthers will lead after 3. Bisping to Schmelzer. Front court, Odegaard for 3. Would have counted, but it bounces off hard. Well, the runs continue here. Back and forth. Green Bay had one. Milwaukee had one. Green Bay had one. This is a recording. When it's all said and done after 3, it's Milwaukee by 1.
Baskets.
Jamie Wright from Stanley, Wisconsin, Stanley Boyd High School. Odegaard, lob it, but nobody there except Frankie Wirtz.
No, I mean, I think the look was there, but it was 2 seconds too late.
We've had 9 lead changes in this basketball game already. Green Bay bucket here can make it 10. Wirtz looking to post up Schmelzer. Instead, cross court, Hibner 3-ball, no. Rebound, Jamie Wright. Mentioned the boards. That's 10 boards now for Jamie Wright, Maria, off the bench.
Yeah, that is great. And, you know, it's one of those silent stats that until you see it on paper, you realize how much work that is, especially going up against the Wolf Twins.
All hands on deck, hitting the glass for Kyle Recklets. 5 to shoot. Odegaard will for 3, no. And Wright gets a cheapie board, but she'll take it.
Heck yeah.
Reset for Milwaukee, fresh 20. Schmelzer. Probing, now launching. No good. Rebound, Wolf. Quickly ahead, Oski for 3. In and out. Wolf climbs in and climbs over Odegaard, called for the foul. Her second. Milwaukee trying to make it a double-header victory. The men winners on the road in overtime, 80-79 at IUPUI.
Well, and you talked about Jamie's rebounding and how effective she's been compared to Wolf, who only is sitting around maybe under 5 rebounds a game. So you can see how hard she must be working to get those rebounds.
This time Milwaukee called for the foul on the loose change. And that one against Odegaard, Lizzie's second.
And the Panthers doing a pretty good job of staying out of foul trouble so far this game.
Wolf. And then up and under,
Great
nicely done by
handoff.
Haley Oski. Oski was Miss Wisconsin basketball a couple years ago, her senior season at Seymour High School. Levy. To Wright with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Sydney, launches the 3, no good. Rebound, Wolf. Here come the Phoenix, back in front by 1. Wirtz took a peek and then saw the lane and took advantage. She's got 20.
Ever, yeah. She makes it look so easy, but you can see how hard she works.
Timeout, Kyle Recklets and Milwaukee. They're down 3, 7:10 left to go in the fourth quarter here at Milwaukee. Come on back. Horizon League women's basketball continues from the Clouchy Center. On Alumni Day here in Milwaukee, the Panthers holding court and holding steady against Green Bay on the scoreboard so far. It's a tight one. Phoenix lead at 49-46 here in the fourth quarter. Bob Brainerd along with one of the alumni, Maria Vile.
Yeah, I'm an old alumni now.
Important game for the Panthers. Again, seeding starting to jockey here in the late stages as Staver hits the 3 out of the timeout, and we're tied at 49. Green Bay, for that matter, they're in a 4-way tie for second place in the Horizon League, so it's a big win for them too as they try to get some separation. Top 2 seeds get double byes in the Horizon League tournament.
Yeah, and again, as we mentioned, Green Bay typically doesn't find themselves in this position. It's usually gravy. It's like, okay, Green Bay, and then everybody else.
Right. Wolf showing off some distance and knocking down the jumper. First points of the game for Mackenzie Wolf. Wright. 4-3. So that was kind of a busted play. Odegaard lost the handle. Jamie comes over. Help is on the way. Knocks down the triple. Jamie now with 10 off the bench and 10 boards as well, a double-double.
She's having a great game and really just playing some key roles and being part of a lot of key plays for the Panthers.
Odegaard got a piece of the basketball, also got a piece of Hibner. I think she got scratched in the eye.
Oh, if she did, that hurts like nobody's business, man.
Yeah, and Kevin Borseth, crazy go nuts, no call. Schmelzer on the wing. Post up. Odegaard bumping and banging and nowhere to go with it. Hibner on the deck, still stinging from the scratched face. We play on. And she's got the basketball. Wolf to a cutting Wirtz. Got it, so smooth.
So smooth. You just know once the ball gets in her hands, you really have to level up your defense because she's looking for it.
Green Bay back in front, 12th lead change of the afternoon. Make it 13 as Bree scoops and scores. Bree now with 8. Wolf, cut again, Oski. Green Bay, plenty of time on the shot clock. Hibner to Wolf. McKenzie goes to work, stumbled. Hibner, down low, overlays. Out of the pile, Jamie Wright. Numbers for Milwaukee. Got it! Sierra takes advantage. Milwaukee by 4. Borseth wants a timeout, and he will get it. Timeout, Green Bay. Kevin Borseth still steamed about the non-call on Caitlin Hibner. And Caitlin not able to even catch a break. Back and forth they went, and Milwaukee leads it 56-53. Just a tick under 4 minutes to go here in regulation. Milwaukee reclaims the lead, Maria, at 56-53. We mentioned the men won in overtime on the road. Shout out to Chris Zills and Scott Wars, the voice of the Panther men. They get a W there on the road. They're watching the women now as we speak, looking for a doubleheader sweep. Trying to build on this lead. It's been a game of runs. Each team responds with a run. And Jamie Wright continues to answer from outside. Wright with the triple, Milwaukee by 6.
I'm like afraid to say anything.
Okay, goodbye.
Exciting game to watch here, you know, and watching the confidence that these players are playing with is great. You know, because Green Bay, even though they didn't have the best start this season, they're still the team to beat year in and year out.
Clearly, and everyone in the Horizon League knows about it. Wirtz missed that shot. Bisping to Staver. Sydney tied up. Schmelzer. Lob it to Bisping. Brandy goes to work, can't get it to go. Rebound, fought for, and it'll be a foul on Brandy. She and Murphy got tangled up. Carly Murphy has been big and played big off the bench for the Phoenix today. She out-ripped that one away. And the third foul called on Bisping. Here comes Odegaard back in for Milwaukee. 2:47 left. Panthers by 6. 10-2 run for Milwaukee. Put them in front for the moment. Hibner, little roll over the rim. Cuts the deficit to 4.
And Bob, I don't know if you noticed it, but Green Bay took out both Wolf sisters, which we haven't seen much of so far this game. And my curiosity to it is if Kevin Borseth is trying to keep UWM from having these mismatches that are causing maybe some points offensively for the Panthers.
Well, the missed shot there. Green Bay gets it and a chance to slice the deficit again. Back down by Murphy. Looking for clearance. She had it, then missed the shot. Schmeltzer the other way. $1:45 to go in regulation.
And every possession here counts. So right now, you know, with just a little under 2 to play, you know that everybody is on high alert.
Schmeltzer, 9 on the shot clock. Michaela off to Wright. 4 to shoot. Jamie, floater. Got it off the window!
Wow!
And they're gonna look at this one, Maria. It was close. It was very close.
What a play, though, by Jamie Wright.
Tim Daly, Calais Enterline, Christine Esperanza.
Yeah, I would say it did. Let's see if we can play.
You see the light at the top of the backboard. It's on there, but as they wind it back, is it away from her hands before it comes on?
That's a hard angle.
I think right there. No, I think right there, that's where they're freezing it. Ball is still on the fingertips, and you see the light way at the top, meaning the shot clock went off there. So I think this one gets waved off for Milwaukee.
Still a heck of a move by Jamie Wright.
That's how tight it was. Bang, bang play, bang, bang call to make, and the officials here will look it over. But I think that view right there showed you that the fingertips for Jamie Wright still had a piece of the basketball. So now they'll backpedal it. So watch the shot clock in the background. Well, you see the hand is cut off, but nevertheless, yeah, right there. Ball is still clearly in her palm when it goes off just a tick later. So
and they have to go to every camera angle for this one.
the last time Milwaukee won was 3 years ago. Green Bay has won the last 6 games straight in this series. They've dominated the series overall, but it's been 3 seasons since Milwaukee even won a game. You see there, but not in the shot is the shot clock. Right. So officials will now huddle up. But I think that first angle that we saw, you could see the light on, and you could see this angle with the fingertips still touching the basketball for Jamie. So my guess is they're going to say no. And my guess is correct.
Yeah.
They wipe it away. Fractions.
It's right.
Game of inches.
No, that's the call.
So you've got 1:20 left. Green Bay with the basketball, down by 4. And if you're the Phoenix, plenty of time here. You do not need a 3-ball here. You're looking for the quick bucket.
And Milwaukee really needs to just be on their toes. They need to be looking for help. not reaching, no petty fouls, nothing here to give Green Bay an unnecessary advantage.
Milwaukee with just 2 team fouls, Green Bay with 1, so we're not even close to the
No.
bonus yet either. Well, here we go. Pingle into the front court, Schmelzer right in her grill. Robson lost it. Hibner had it and lost it on the way up. Schmelzer now will work clock. Milwaukee will move the basketball. Bisping, and a foul called there. That's just the second team foul.
They've got
So
plenty
again,
to
Green,
give.
yeah,
Yep.
Green Bay, they can be aggressive here without putting Milwaukee at the line. 59.1 left. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Sear to trigger. Into Odegaard. Bisping, she's tied up, foul on Hibner.
Well,
Just
you
the
know,
third
in this,
team foul.
You know, in this situation, though, they're looking to steal and then foul. So you still have to take good care of the ball because, you know, one little indiscretion and Green Bay's going to capitalize on that.
Levy in, Odegaard out. Kyle Recklitz getting a better ball handler in there. Bisping tied up. Foul on Wirtz. That's the 4th team foul. Now the next one, Milwaukee would go to the line. So again, if you're Green Bay, you start off your aggressive, try to get the steal. If you don't get it, then perhaps the foul. Wright's got it.
Getting rid of the ball here.
Well,
For
you saw.
UWM, yes. So, yeah, wide open down low. Now, is that a risky throw? Absolutely. However, Green Bay is trying to foul as quick as they can. If you're UWM, you want to actually kill some of the time on the clock. You don't, yes, we want to get to the line, but you want to kill some of that time. And so getting a pass in where, you know, I think we got, what, 6-7 seconds off the clock there? But into the hands of a good free throw shooter, sorry, to finish my thought, is really what's important here for the Panthers.
And she is the best free throw shooter, Maria. At 89% is Brandy Bisping.
So if you're Coach Recklitz, and Green Bay is going to be doing this for the next 47 seconds, you want to get the ball into Bisping's hands so that when they foul, she's the one that's stepping up shooting those 2-3 buckets.
Alyssa Moore in, Staver as well for Milwaukee. And Kyle Recklitz saying no foul. She wants straight up defense here. Milwaukee by 6. Green Bay again. They don't need the 3 necessarily here, but they do need a quick 2. Almost a steal by Schmelzer. Wirtz launches a 3, no good. Rebound, Schmelzer.
And that right there is huge.
And then a foul will send Michaela to the line the other way. Wirtz kind of turned and fired, didn't get a clean look. But Green Bay putting all their chips in the hands of the leading scorer. And now Schmelzer to the line. Michaela will get a couple here. 79% at the line is Michaela. First one good. Get this one, and you're up 8 with 30 to go.
Pretty
and it's a
good
3-possession lead for Milwaukee. It is. Timeout, Green Bay.
Well, Bob, I have to say, we haven't called a game like this in a long time, especially against this matchup of in-state rivals. They probably have the strongest rivalry in the conference. And for it to be a home game and it to be Alumni Day, I mean, there's a lot on this game.
Let me put it in perspective for you.
Please.
Last time Milwaukee beat Green Bay, you didn't have a son.
Yeah,
How about
that's
that?
perspective. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
You weren't a mama yet.
Yes, You're
and
right.
your son's here.
Yes,
Daddy's here. Your son's here.
Yes, they're all here. I'm sure loving all of the action and activity. Yeah, thanks for that perspective.
You're welcome.
I mean, in all fairness, people, he's not even 2, but let's just say a lot's happened.
3 ball. It was blocked by Wright. Milwaukee's got it, and a reach-in foul there.
And
We'll
great
set him the other way.
save underneath. I mean, it was blocked, it was tipped, but had that gone out of bounds, it would have been Green Bay underneath. But Alyssa Moore saved it from out of bounds, so now Milwaukee's back at the line.
It was February of 2017
Wow.
when Milwaukee last beat Green Bay. We mentioned the Phoenix have won the last 6 straight in this series.
February is the month of the Panthers, I guess.
Must be. 10-point lead as Sarah makes them both. Mackenzie Wolf. So Green Bay, with the loss, will go to 12-12 overall. They'll be 7-5.
When has that last happened is the statistic I want to know.
Been a while.
And right now, Milwaukee just needs to play good defense. They don't need to do anything special. They just need to box out, get the boards.
Wirtz cleans it up and scores. And a whistle, and Milwaukee lost it.
I mean, I know there's 10 seconds left, but a lot can happen in 10 seconds with a team like Green Bay. So this is not a foregone conclusion.
You play to the final whistle, right? And Kevin Borseth says, yeah, we'll call timeout. They have 1 remaining. 10 seconds left. They trail 65-57. To extend the dominance of the Phoenix, they've won the last 6, 14 of the last 15, 31 of the last 33. Now, Milwaukee's not alone. As you have pointed out several times, Green Bay has, well, they're the cream of the crop in the Horizon League. So when you're able to get a victory, no matter the situation with the Phoenix, it is special.
And you know that a victory against the Phoenix is going to rattle through the conference quite quickly. Especially with this tie for second place, it's really going to shake things out for the rest of the team.
Yeah, again, when you get to the Horizon League tournament, first place, second place, you get double buys. Everybody else has to begin the tournament with a playoff matchup. And you got to win twice to get to the Final Four. Hibner, a 3 ball there. And timeout, Kyle Recklitz. She doesn't want to see any crazy business here with 2.8 left. 65-60 Milwaukee. So Milwaukee will go to 9-14 overall. More importantly, 6-6 in the Horizon League as you get another look at the inbound play and the eventual 3. So while it hurts Green Bay in the standings, certainly dropping down out of that second place tie, Milwaukee now all of a sudden at 6-6, they're only a game behind Green Bay in the standings.
And so this next 2+ seconds here, really a lot can go one way or the other depending on how this all plays out.
You just inbound it like that, and that will be that. Final score, Milwaukee wins here in Milwaukee over Green Bay, 65-60 the final score.